Hey everyone, welcome to your practice today. Today's practice is a yoga for strength flow called the dewdrop. So, the dewdrop pose is a posture that combines the side plank pose with a half bow bind. So for today's practice, you may want two blocks. You can set those to the front short side of your yoga mat. And then we're going to begin on the belly. And if you want a blanket for beneath your frontal hip bones, you can lay a low blanket across the center of your yoga mat. We're going to come down into crocodile position. So just extending your body out on your mat, frontal hip bones on your blanket support. Stack your palms and then rest your forehead on your stacked palms. As you arrive, you might want to do a little bit of movement for your low back. That might look like swaying your hips a few times from side to side, maybe bending the knees so that you pull the heels in toward the buttocks, and then maybe a sway of your lower legs in the belly down windshield wipers. Eventually allowing the body to find stillness, and then taking a deep inhalation, deep exhalation. Deep inhale and deep exhale. I'm going to ground down into the tops of the feet, taking the tailbone slightly down toward the space between the two heels. We're going to keep the arms in that crocodile pose shape, but we're going to press down into the elbows and the forearms to take a modified cobra position. It's going to anchor down. Begin to breathe in just this low lift of the chest and the head. Just gaze down at your hands. And then as you're exhaling, just let your chest and your forehead come back down. And let's just do that again 2 more times. So just breathe in, anchor down into your arms, a modified cobra position. Take the tailbone slightly down. Just let the gaze be down at your hands. And then as you exhale, come back in. One last time. Breathe in, just anchor down. Allow the body to feel rooted through the hips and the feet, the legs, but light through the heart. Exhale and come forward. So allowing the forehead to come back down to the hands. We're going to ground down through the top of the right foot. Allow your left knee to bend so that your left ankle stacks on top of your left knee. The left heel is going to press upward toward the sky. Grounding through the top of the right foot. Breathe in, and you're going to let your left knee and thigh start to float away from the floor. We're in this modified half bow shape. And then as you're exhaling, let the left knee and the thigh come down. Inhale, rooting through the right foot. Draw the tailbone down. Float the left knee and thigh up away from the floor. So just feel the sole of the foot reaching up toward the ceiling. And then as you exhale, let the thigh come back down to the floor. Root through the right foot. Breathe in. Lift the left knee and thigh away from the floor. And then as you're exhaling, lower the left knee and thigh and allow your left foot to come back down to the floor. Allow your right knee to bend. Right ankle is over the right knee. Feel your right heel press up toward the sky. Root through the top of the left foot. And as you inhale, lift your right knee and thigh away from the floor. And as you exhale, lower the right knee and thigh down to the mat 2 more times. Draw the tailbone slightly down and feel the right heel lift upward toward the sky. Exhale, lower the right knee and thigh down to the mat. Inhale, feel your right heel lift upward toward the sky. And exhale as you lower the right knee and thigh down, releasing the right foot back down to the mat and giving a gentle sway of your hips from side to side. Sliding your hands back underneath of your lower chest, upper ribs, anchor your hands, move your hips up to tabletop position. Slide your knees beneath your hip points, spread through your fingers, ground into your right knee. Inhale, send your left leg up and back behind you. Release the belly button down to the floor. Exhale, draw the left knee in toward the left ribs as you press into your hands and round through your spine. Inhale, send the left leg back up toward the sky, release through the belly, and exhale, hook the left knee in toward the ribs, press into your hands, round your back. One last time, inhale, send the left leg back up, and exhale, scoop the left knee in toward the ribs, rounding through the back. Inhale, send the left leg back up. Exhale, let the left knee come down to the floor. Now you're going to pick up your right knee and move your right foot off to the right. We're going to come into modified side plank pose. So ground through your right knee and your right hand. Begin to extend through your left knee so the inner edge of the foot comes to the floor. Left hand coming up toward the hip. So our focus is the dewdrop pose, side plank pose, so we can build here some awareness around this bottom right shoulder. We want to avoid the bottom right shoulder head drawing forward. So stabilize the shoulder right in the center. Draw a line from the pubic bone to the belly button, and then begin to float the left leg up into the air. You can always modify by keeping the inner edge of the foot down on the floor. You can stay here or begin to bend the left knee and then feel the left foot start to reach back toward whatever is behind you. Opening through the front left hip, down through the thigh bone, feeling the activation of the spinal muscles. Take another breath in and out here. Inhale, begin to extend through the left knee. Exhale, let's bring the left hand and the left knee back down to the floor. Coming to the center. Grounding into the left knee, inhale, sweep the right leg up and back behind you. Allow the belly button to release as you stretch through the back of the right knee. Exhale, scoop your right knee in toward your chest. Press into your hands as you round your spine. Inhale, send the right leg back behind you. Release through your belly. Lift up through your heart. Exhale, scoop the right knee in. Press into your hands and round your back. Inhale, last one, reach the right leg back behind you. And then as you're exhaling, draw the right knee in toward your chest. Press into your hands and round your spine. Inhale, reaching long through your right leg. And as you're exhaling, set the right knee down on the mat. Pick up the left knee, move the left foot to the left, and then extend out through your right knee as you come into the modified side plank pose. So building awareness of this bottom left shoulder, being mindful not to let the shoulder head drop forward. So stabilizing the shoulder right in the center. Drawing a line of energy from the pubic bone to the belly button to support the rise of the right leg up. Right hand can come to the hip. You can always keep the inner edge of the right foot down on the mat. You can also allow your right knee to bend and then reach your right foot back behind you to create a sense of openness through your front hip, down through the right thigh bone, down through the right knee, openness across the front plane of the body as you feel the activation of the muscles that support your spine. Deep breath in. Deep breath out, and then inhale, extend through the right knee, and exhale, lower the right hand and lower the right knee down to the floor. So spread your fingers, inhale, let your belly release down toward the mat. Exhale, ground into the balls of the feet, float the knees up into downward dog. Let's breathe in again, just take the knees back down to the mat, release the belly down to the floor once more, open through the front plane of the body. Exhale, ground into the balls of the feet, float the knees up, downward facing dog. One more time. Take the breath in, lower the knees down to the mat, release the belly toward the floor, lift through the heart. Exhale, ground into the balls of the feet and float the knees up, down dog. Staying now, walking out through your knees, walking out through your feet. Okay, we're gonna ground into the left ball of the foot, maybe with a little bit of softness in the left knee. Inhale, sweep your right heel up toward down dog split. So we're gonna do a few knee contractions here. So exhale, scoop the right knee in toward the chest, similar to what we did in that tabletop position, so rounding through the spine. Inhale, sending your right heel back up, and exhale, drawing your right knee in toward your chest, round through your spine. Inhale, send the right heel up, reach out long through your spine. Exhale, you're going to step the right foot forward near your right wrist. So left hand can be on the floor. You might also support your left hand with a block. We're just going to take a twist to the right. So right hand coming up to the right hip. So here again, we can build awareness of this left shoulder. So it's really important not to let the left shoulder twist with you as you turn through your belly and your chest. So be mindful of stabilizing that left shoulder more in the center there as you rotate through the belly. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, we're just going to come back to the center, framing that front right foot. Lower the back left knee down to the floor. Low lunge pose. Slide your hands up to your right shin bones, or right thigh bone rather. And you can either stay here, or you can take your hands to your low back, or interlocking your hands to draw your palms together and just to open up across the belly and the heart. So hands on the thigh, the hips, interlock. Take a breath in and a deep breath out. One more inhalation. As you exhale, let your hands come down. Frame your right foot, lift your back left knee away from the floor. Right hand coming to the inside of the right foot. Pivot your hands and your feet so face the long side of the mat. Heels slightly spinning in, toes slightly spinning out. Bend your left knee. Ninja position. Rock up onto your right heel. Stretch through the inner leg lines. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Okay, and we're going to walk the hands back over to the right foot. Frame the right foot as you spin off of your back left heel. Step your right foot back, downward facing dog. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Allowing the weight to come into the right ball of the foot. We're going to breathe in, send the left heel up into down dog split. Exhale as you curl your left knee in toward your chest. Press into your hands around your back. Inhale, send your left heel up, down dog split. Exhale, draw your left knee in toward your chest, round through your back. Inhale, send your left heel up toward the sky. As you're exhaling, step your left foot through to your left wrist, right hand on the mat or supporting the right hand with the block. Slide your left hand up to your left hip, creating some rotation through the belly and the ribs. So we're just building that side plank pose here by creating greater awareness of the shoulder position. So you can do that here. So I always consider this twist as a preparatory pose for side plank. So avoid twisting the right shoulder forward as you twist to the left. Keep the right shoulder stabilized in the center as you rotate. One more inhale. And as you exhale, bring the left hand down, bring the right knee down, slide the hands up, left thigh bone. So hands can stay here on the thigh bone. The hands might come to the hips, or feel free to interlock your hands. Draw your palms together. Keep a little bit of softness in your elbows. Roll the shoulder blades toward one another as you lift slightly through your chin, through your chest. Open the front plane of the body, tailbone slightly drawing down. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. One more breath in. As you exhale, let your hands come down, framing your front foot. Lift your right knee, left hand coming to the inside of the left foot. Just walk to the right long side. Spin your heels in, toes out. Bend your right knee, rock up onto your left heel. Ninja pose. Take a deep inhale. Take a deep exhale. Deep inhale, and we're going to exhale. Start to walk the hands back over to the left foot, spinning off the back right heel as you frame your left foot. Step back, downward facing dog. All right, we're going to ground again into the left ball of the foot. Breathe in, send your right heel up into downward dog split. And then as you're exhaling, curl your right knee in, step your right foot through. Take your back left knee down to the floor. You can take your left hand to the left, maybe even landing off your mat. Spin your right toes out, right heel in. Slide your right hand to your right thigh. So taking an open twist so you can stay right here, okay? Or you can take an extra quadricep stretch by taking a bind. And so to get the bind, you move the hips back. Bend the left knee so the heel pulls toward the buttocks. Right hand comes back, catching hold of the inner edge of the foot, maybe eventually coming to the top or the outside, just being mindful to not hyperextend through the elbow. Press the foot into the hand. Keep an energetic line from your right heel to your left knee as you open through the heart, open through your left hip, the quadricep, taking that open twist. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Okay, releasing slowly that left foot so you can come back around to the center. Gonna heel toe that right foot back in. Lift up through the left knee. You're gonna step the right foot back into down dog. All right. So you can always take the modified side plank pose here by lowering your right knee, moving your right foot off to the right. Otherwise, side plank pose on the right hand, right outer edge of the foot. So we're going to ground into the right hand, start to slide the inner edges of your feet together as you start to rotate to the outer edge of your right foot. Press up high with your hips. So you can always stay here, working the modified or working the side plank pose right here with your feet stacked. Or we're gonna work with that bind here. So you can float up your left leg, can bend the left knee. You can stay there, right? Or this left hand is gonna reach for the ankle. You're gonna press the ankle into the hand, draw the tailbone down. Deep inhale and exhale. Slowly releasing the hand from the foot and let the toes tap down for a second. And you can use the press of the ball of the foot to help rotate you back to the center, down dog. Okay, we're gonna lower the knees down and take a moment in child's pose. So big toes coming close, knees going wide, sink through the hips, and let the body fold in. Deep inhalation. Deep exhalation. Inhale and last exhale here. Inhale, let your hips rise up, all fours. Slide your knees beneath your hips. Breathe in, let your belly release down toward the floor, cow tilt opening through the front plane of your body. Exhale, grounding into the balls of your feet, floating your knees up into the air. We're going to ground into the right ball of the foot. Inhale, send your left heel up. Exhale, Draw your left knee in, step your left foot forward, and take your back right knee down to the floor. So you're gonna go wide with the right hand, so go off to the right, heel toe, your left foot, out to the left, spin the heel in, spin the toes out. You're gonna bring your left hand up to your left thigh, pressing the hand into the thigh to twist. So you can stay right here, or you can move your hips back in space. Draw the right heel toward the buttocks as the left hand starts to move back, reaching for the inner edge of the foot. So you can stay right here, or you can come to the top of the foot, or let your elbow bend as you come to the inner edge of the foot. That'll give you a little more chest opening, but be mindful not to hyperextend through the elbow. The line from the right knee to the left heel is going to lift your hips out of that low, deep sink toward the floor. So energize the legs toward one another and anchor the left hand and the right foot together. Deep breath in. And a last deep breath out. So you're going to let your hand release, let your foot slowly come back down. You're going to bring everything back to the center. So heel toe, that left foot to the center. Freeing your left foot, lift your right knee away from the floor. You're going to take your left foot and you're going to step it back into downward facing dog. All right, so from downward facing dog, we're coming into side plank position. So remember, you can always lower your knees, move your left foot off to the left for the modified side plank pose. Otherwise, you might start to slide your right foot toward your left. Start shifting more weight into your left hand so you can start to spin to the outer edge of your left foot, stacking your feet. Right hand coming to your right hip. So you can stay right here. Can engage from the pubic bone to the belly button to maybe float your right leg. You might bend your right knee and move the right foot back in space. And then that final option is to take the right hand to the right ankle. Feel the ankle press into the hand, opening through the front plane of the body. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Inhale, slowly releasing the right foot so the ball of the foot can tap down back behind you. Then you can use the press of that right foot to start to spin back around to the front. Coming to the downward dog, and we're going to come into the child's pose again. So you're going to take your knees down to the mat, take your knees nice and wide, big toes together, sink your hips back, holding in. Okay, last inhale. Last exhale here. And then breathing in to rise your body back up through all fours. Sweeping the legs out to the right or to the left, coming to your opposite hip, swinging your legs around in front of you, shifting off your blanket. Okay, so just set the blanket out to this side for a moment. So let's just take the left leg extended and then partially open to the left. Bend your right knee, point it up to the sky. Just take a momentary twist to the left, open through your heart. Reach up through the crown of your head. Okay, last exhale. And then coming back around, switching sides, reach your right leg out, bend your left knee. Let your left arm come to the inside of your left knee. Press into your right hand as you take a open twist to the right. Coming back around to the center, we'll take a balance on the sitting bones. So let your knees point up, heels draw down. So you can hold your big toes, or I like to hold the outer edges of my feet. You can also do this with the strap along the soles of the feet. You're going to take like an upward happy baby to start. And this might be your position.
So I like to use the focus of the feet. So to help with that rounding in the spine. So we want to draw the hands into the feet or the strap and lift through the heart. You can stay here. You can start to extend through your knees, lift through your heart, upward wide angle. Maybe take the chin slightly up. Okay, deep inhale and exhale. You just start to let your knees begin to bend, let your feet come back down to the floor, bringing your body down onto your spine, rolling back. Go a little wide with your feet, stretch your arms out, rock your knees from side to side. Point your knees up to the sky, line your heels up approximately with your sitting bones, bend your elbows so that your elbows are down in by the side ribs, palms facing one another, just a low bridge pose. So press into your feet, anchor the backs of your arms, lift your hips up just to stabilize the muscles around the low back sacrum, sternum lifting up toward your chin. Taking a deep inhale as you're exhaling, letting your hips come down, and then stretching your arms and your legs out into Shavasana. If you need any more movements for your back, you can rotate your ankles. You can flex and point your ankles, extra windshield wipers. Allowing the bones of your body to release and relax, feeling a deep settling, allowing your breath to slow down. After your next inhale and exhale, you can slowly allow your knees to bend, finding the earth beneath your feet, rolling over to the right or to the left side of your body, and then pressing your hands down to the earth to rise back up to your seat. Join your hands at your heart. The light within me sees and bows to that same light that exists within you. Namaste.